Hi everyone, you're welcome to this week episode with the Street Rabbi. This week we're going to be diving into something very personal to me and very interesting. During the course of the week, gotten responses from people asking us to talk about godly parenting, especially after the single parent episode, right? And I'm going to start off with a very personal story, right? Many years ago, I was staying with my sister, right? And she had at that time, she had two amazing kids, wonderful boys, and I loved them so much. So I took care of them, drove them to school, just did everything a big uncle, a very good big uncle would do. So this particular period, my sister was traveling to Ghana and she was going to be spending 5 good days. So she sat me down and she explained to me, boy, I will not be around. I'm going to Ghana for 5 days. We are going to be with the kids. Of course, there's no problem. I've been with the kids all their lives and I love them. There's safety. But this time around, she sat me down and wrote the list of their diets. That means what they're going to eat in the morning, what they're going to have for lunch, what they're going to have for dinner for the 5 days. And I'm like, oh, no problem. No problem at all. Then the first day I followed the plan. The second day I did not follow the plan because the kids, the boys, they went to eat with me in the same plate and they wanted to just spend. And I cannot stop. I didn't stop them. So after being overfed by me, big uncle now, they are too tired or they're no longer interested in whatever I want to prepare for them. And we started rolling like that. Of course, it was way easier. Secondly, it was more fun, and we just sleep and just start rolling like that, especially in the evening. In the morning, I still have to follow the routine. So my sister came back after 5 days and she was like livid or angry. She was shouting. I'm like, oh, what? The guys are fine. I'm good. Everybody's healthy. So I don't expect all this kind of drama. I didn't say that anyway. I just kept in my mind, but I was wondering for a long time, like, why would she be angry? She should just be excited that everybody is fine and it doesn't matter. Because she went to the kitchen and took stock of the noodles, took stock of the body more. Like, these things are not supposed to be like this. And I explained to her, like, the boys know here to me and everybody's fine. Okay, so she got very angry. I did not expect her to get angry because I felt like at least the job was done. I took care of the kid, but I did not follow it to the T. And that's exactly what godly parenting is all about. At best, as a parent, you are a steward, right? The child belongs to God. In this picture, I was a steward. My sister owns the kids. So she determines what she wants the kids to eat. Even in her absence, she determines, at least she provided everything she wanted the kids to have, right? So in life too, our children are not truly ours. They are the heritage of God to us. When you hear the word heritage, it means that it was passed down from somebody higher or somebody older to you. So your child is not just a part of you and like that. He is or she is, but in the grand scheme of things, is a messenger of God to the world. And God is just entrusting that child into your hand. It's an heritage that you inherited. It's still going to outlive you, right? So a child is a property of God, not your property. So as a steward, you have to raise that child, train that child the way he should go. In the book of Proverbs, the Bible says you train up a child the way he should go. How are you supposed to know the way a child should go? You're going to ask the owner of the child, which is God. That's what godly people do. They are led by God. They are led by the Spirit of God. So you have, by true discernment and relationship, in fact, through relationship first, from relationship you get instruction, right, and determination to execute. So through relationship, you will get to know how which of your children to go. Every child is unique. So, and it's only God that can reveal the destiny and the destination of each child to you. Your role is to hear and do, of course. So the Bible says that train up the child the way he should go. You are like a coach that's been employed by God. So you're not encouraging the child, you're not asking the child, how are you supposed to do, what do you want to do in your life? You should know. It is your responsibility to get the blueprint from the Father as a father or as a mother and guide the child in that direction. The Bible says, when he grows, he will not depart from it. So you are going to indoctrinate the child before he even grows. You are going to build up the child before he even grows. So when he grows, he just has to just do the way of the Lord. And as simple as that, it's very, very complex, and only few people are actually living up to that standard. The Bible says that the first thing about stewardship is faithfulness. So as somebody that has a relationship with God, you must be found faithful in parenting. You must be found faithful. So you don't raise your child the way you think your child should go. You don't raise the child the way you think the easy way. Like me in that story, I raised the children. I did what I felt was easy for me, and what I felt was cool with the kids. What the kids actually want. They went to eat with Dukonko. Right? There's a benefit that comes with eating with me, and there's fun. We laugh, crack jokes, and everything. So that is what parenting is all about. The Bible says that in the book of Psalm, I think 127, it says that children are the heritage of God. The Bible also, in that same chapter, the Bible talked about them being an arrow in the hand of God. So every child from a godly home is a weapon in the hand of God. When God gives you an arrow, you're supposed to sharpen the arrow, keep the arrow, and at the right time, you're supposed to launch the arrow and dispense the arrow to the right environment that the arrow was built for. So it's very easy if we work with God. And let me just say something before I leave. The best way to train up a child is by you yourself being trained up by God first. Because one of the ways kids learn, even according to research, is by modeling. So you can't raise a fearless child if you are very, very fearful. You can't raise a child that walks by faith if you are walking by fear. You can't raise a child that is emotionally balanced if you are emotionally imbalanced. So the first work is to work on yourself, and it doesn't start from being a parent. It's from you being an adult. And if you're not raised with that virtue or that quality, you need to partner with God to help that. Do you understand? And the second thing is that to marry somebody that agree with godly parenting. As simple as that. You have to marry somebody that agree with godly parenting. A godly person that agrees with godly parenting. Because two cannot work together except they agree. Right? Parenting is important to God. Parenting is wonderful. Parenting is amazing. It's a privilege that we have been entrusted with someone that has a unique destiny. And trust me, the same way my sister provided everything she needed, the kids needed, the same way God has provided everything you need to be the parent you're supposed to be. And the scary part of this thing for me is the Bible saying that when they grow, they will not depart from it. That means if you raise them the way they shouldn't go, it will also be very difficult for them to depart from that way to do the right thing. Have you ever met anybody, or you yourself, have you ever tried to, if you were raised with low self-esteem or low confidence or fear, or if you had an abusive childhood, do you know how many work you will need to put in as an adult to rearrange and reparent yourself? With God, nothing is impossible, but even with God, it is extremely hard. And without God, it's even impossible. So you don't want your child to live such life. You don't want anybody that passes through you to have a difficult life because you did not take responsibility. Thank you so much. I hope it's worth your time. I encourage you, or I plead with you to do me a favor to subscribe, share, and drop a comment, right? Thank you so much, and have an amazing week.